This is a resume review of a manufacturing engineer slash CNC programmer. So I looked at a little bit of both of the keywords, and I will say this person has a phenomenal ratio. They applied to 10 job postings from 7 different companies and got 6 interviews. So I don't think you need my help. I'll be perfectly frank. If that is your ratio, you don't need my help. You're doing amazing. That's fantastic. And I will say it's been about a year or two since I've actually recruited for machinist and mechanical engineers and this type of thing. I have recruited for this, but it's been a little bit, so I'm a little rusty. So what we're going to be looking for is anything with CAD, DraftSight, SolidWorks, Fusion, Excel, Word, Outlook, and MS Project. I know that sounds weird to have that, but almost every single manufacturing engineer position actually had that as a requirement. So CNC is good, and then ISO, which one? So basically put all your ISOs, because if you've worked with ISO, you know there's a lot of them, and it really depends on which one. There's also AS, a bunch of numbers, so as long as I see AS and a bunch of numbers, I'm going to be happy, or anything else, and blueprint reading. And truthfully, there's probably a little bit more, but I'm expecting this resume to be fantastic. Actually, wait, you changed your resume to this, so I'm expecting the old one to be fantastic. So let's look at what this is. Okay, this font kind of hurts my eyes. So your formatting is immediately a little off, and it's very difficult in one where everything is like this and it's all jumbled together, is we need a little bit of spacing just so that it's easier to read, because it's possible they could actually miss some of the keywords. Because remember, they're not looking at your resume in a vacuum. They're looking at about 30 other resumes from about 20 other different industries before going to yours. So formatting wise, it's a little off, but let's see, welded, missile, Renshaw, Proms, tools, WPC. We have ISO, we have AS already. That's perfect. Although I would like to know what kind of ISO, because there are multiple types of ISOs. So gantry and planner, boring, G-Poldra convening, complex geometry, this is fine. Senior machinist, energy resulting in cycle reduction. 6 Sigma, I actually forgot to part that, but 6 Sigma tools was one. And this is why your formatting isn't helping, is it's possible they're going to miss this little line. So, performs ASC, I'm sure that's one, TMC. Trans machinist on Toyota, where is it? Okay, R&D, SPC, secure, protect, contain. Secure, contain, protect, SPC. Wow, I'm missing the actual organization's name. Anyway, do I see CAD? I don't. There's no CAD here. There should be CAD somewhere here in the beginning. So yeah, and then you have an education, which is pursuing, this is fine. Yeah, I mean, my big issue here is your formatting's a little off, and I'd like some CAD, but bullet point wise, I mean, it's fine. And you've been doing this for a bit. I think you could maybe cut a little bit of this, because it does look like you've been here for about 3 years. So don't be afraid if it goes into a little bit of 2 pages. All right, it's not terrible. The most important thing you want to know in a resume is that in the first half, we see what we want. So that is what I'm looking for. So if it's a little longer than 1 page, that's fine. But yeah, I would fix the formatting. It's just kind of bunched up and crunched and hard to read. You should use my formatting, which is essentially 10.5 Arial, which is everything should be 10.5 Arial. And yeah, that should help you out. But overall, I think this is solid and the bullet points are good. And yeah, like I'm only missing AutoCAD or any type of CAD, truthfully. But I think this would definitely pass, which obviously it has been, because you're getting amazing interviews. So, but yeah, I wish you the best of luck, because you also, I think you're applying for an internal promotion, you said. So I hope you get that. But yeah, overall it's a pass. I just wish the formatting was a little easier to read, but that's a minor quibble, and I need a little bit of CAD, but otherwise, big ol' thumbs up. Good job. So let's move to the next resume. The resume of I actually have to double check, a back-end / full stack software engineer. So if you're going to go for a back-end position, you need to specify which language. Python, Java, and C are going to have different requirements that they want, rather than, you know, that are going to have different requirements. So you can't just say backend, because like the previous video, the previous video before, the Java engineer is going to have a different background and skills that they need over a Python engineer. In addition, a full stack engineer is going to have a different skill stuff, Sorry, tired today. A full stack engineer is going to have different keywords and qualifications than a back-end engineer. So this right here is specifically a full stack. This is for full stack. I have to look at this as full stack because that is the one I have already queued up basically. So I'm not looking at this for back-end. I'm looking at this for full stack. And this person has, they don't know yet, they haven't applied to a ton. They're looking to transition from automation engineering into fully software engineering. So let's see if we can't help them out a little bit. All right, so this is too long. Is there a reason why this could be long? This should be no more than 3 lines. And the only reason I say 3 instead of 2 is I don't think you're going to be able to put the minor in under the bachelor's, and it is important to include that in the... So basically, you should have all of this condensed into 3 lines max. 1 for your MS, 1 for your BS, and then the minors and honors and dean's list. So, which, yeah, that is important because, again, that was pretty recent. So, automation engineer. What we're going to be looking for. I'm very tired. TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, SQL, React, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, and any extra languages and Git. So, automated software from Ansel, okay, don't care. Developed and integrating REST API, that is one. REST API is one. Data exchange systems, React. I think I've seen 1 or 2 React, so I can maybe count that, but it's not one of the big ones. With APIs, so, okay. Software development lifecycle, so that one is one, although it's not written as CI/CD. Could be there. That's iffy. And then this doesn't... Again, everybody wants to add cross-functional in places where I don't really care for cross-functional. Cross-functional is important, but not so much as a software engineer. .NET plus C#, okay. SQL, that's fine. React... So here's kind of the issue is I know you're transferring, right? And I don't like summary sentences, but this is a case where it's actually beneficial to have a summary right up at the top. And that is just going to say looking to transition from automation engineering into full stack or back end or whatever you're looking for. Because they're going to read all of this and they're say, okay, and then they're going to see this, which is like, well, I only see API, so it's nothing. That they may miss the .NET and the C, and the SQL and the REST and the APIs. So that is going to be your biggest problem, is I don't see this stuff. I see it here, which is okay, but if anything, if that's the case where you really don't want to do this and there's no real keywords here, shrink the bullet points down, only include the keywords that are relevant, and then put it over here and then start working on it like this. Because they're gonna not understand it, right? Like, if I was looking for a software engineer, there is nothing here besides your degree and React and API for a full stack that I would really be looking for. I understand UI UX can be, but typically it's not for full stack. That's more focused on the front end. So that is what I'd have to say is I don't think this would pass, and it's primarily because of the automation engineers. I don't think they're going to get past it. So we really need to find a way to put some of the keywords and skills here that are here. Or alternatively, if you want to do backend, we can do backend. But you cannot have a resume that is good for a backend Java position is not going to be good for a full stack position. So we're going to have to pick one of them, and then you can start adding in those keywords so that you can start getting more interviews. So I don't think this is going to pass. I'm sorry. And let's get to the next resume. We are reviewing a machine learning engineer, and if you take a look, those are a ton of keywords. So what we're going to be looking for is a degree. We're going to be looking for machine learning /ML and anything that is revolving around LLM, NLP, and AI, although we really do want to focus on the ML part. Python seems to be the primary language. Then we're going to look for CAD, CFD, FEA. That's going to depend on it. SQL, any type of cloud, although I think Azure was more likely to be it. Git or GLT. I can't even tell with IT terms, actually. No, I think that was GLT. CI/CD, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Scikit-learn, Pandas, NumPy, and Keras. I so dislike IT terms. Scikit-learn, Pandas, and then there's like Celery and Hugging Face is the one. Whatever, that's not here, but these are the ones we need. And then this one actually was kind of shocking, is you need to be a little bit customer-facing. They really do want to see a little bit customer-facing, and then anything involving models. Not like supermodels, but like data models. So, this person did not give me a ratio because they're just looking. I will say they are looking primarily for remote jobs. I want to be very honest with you. Remote jobs are tough to find. This is not pre-2022. Remote jobs are going to result in less salary. They're going to be harder to find, and the competition is going to be fiercer. I don't want to say that because I believe that everybody, needs to be in the office. I actually am a fan of remote work, but I want to tell you your odds, and if you're going specifically for remote, it's going to be rough. It's going to be real rough, even with a fantastic resume. So, let's take a look to see if this is a fantastic resume. Data science professional with 5+ years of experience leveraging, I hate the word leveraging, machine learning, deep learning, and statistical data. Okay, again, this doesn't really tell me anything I need. Data scientist, collaborated with cross-functional teams to control into a telecom client, don't care. Yeah, I get this is an accomplishment, but this is not an accomplishment I'm looking for specifically for machine learning engineer. Created a feature engineering pipeline, gradient K-boosters, clusters. Jeez. This is not a good sentence. The only thing I found is modeling. Nothing. Did I get the wrong resume? Okay, hold on. I actually have to check, to double check to make sure I didn't get the wrong resume. No, this is the right resume for this position. You are looking specifically for a machine learning engineer. Okay. Learning models. Learning models can be one. Yeah, I found absolutely nothing I need here. This would definitely not pass. This would not pass an on-site. Here, oh my gosh, because you have it all here. Yeah, these are what I'm looking for. Yeah, this won't work. So, first off, your formatting is off. There's way too much bolding. You don't need this because it doesn't really help you. Your education should be at the top because education is actually a requirement. That's why I put it up there. Second, none of these bullet points work. I don't know if there is a single bullet point that works here. The only one I can think of is maybe this one, which my computer is freezing for some reason. Maybe that one. But regardless, the rest of them is not. You need to fix a little bit of the formatting, but even with good formatting, you have bad bullet points. These are not... this is not what I care about. I don't care that you did a model performance by 12 and revenue by 8%, or using word embeddings to achieve 85% accuracy within outcome lag by 5 days. None of that matters to me. None of that matters to me. I care that you have this, because you're not trying to convince me that you're a good engineer. I'm a recruiter. I wouldn't know. All right? I know people are going to make fun of that, but my job is not to pick out your resume because you showed that you're the best. It's to show that you meet the minimum requirements to what the hiring manager wants. And what the hiring managers want, because I took a look at these beforehand, is this. If you do not have this up here, I wish I green screened it so my hand can go up, but up here, that is what I want. I don't see any of that in the resume. So none of this matters. This is what I'd be looking for, but again, it needs to be in the bullet points. I need the what, which is the keyword and qualification, the how you did it, and the why you did it. And I don't see any of that. There's no way this would pass. This would not pass in person. So, and actually I can kind of tell because you got this job pre the IT collapse. I think even if you tried to look for another data science resume, data scientist position, this resume wouldn't even work because now you're in a different landscape than you were when you got it, because the market crashed like right after you got hired. So I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, like, this would not work. This is not what I'd be looking for. There's no way this passes. So you really need to redo it. So let's go to the next resume. So remember, resumes are job title specific. So clinical managers are maybe going to have a different keywords than pharmacovigilance people. So I'm going to do the best I can with this one, with the full assumption these may be some of the wrong keywords. I did my best. I looked up a bunch of them, but I've not been in this space before. So you also added a bunch of stuff, and you're asking for help. Well, that's fine. I'm glad to help you. You've applied to 1 in 50, which isn't great, but it's not terrible. A 1 to 50 ratio is okay. So let's dig in to see if you have pharmacovigilance. Honestly, anything in the word pharmacovigilance would be amazing. Signal management, periodic safety reviews, clinical research, regulatory affairs, CRO, pharmaceutical companies, GCP, ICH guidelines, FDA, EMA, and other international guidelines, and Argus, Argus, ARISG, Meddra, and Who Drug. So, that was a lot. That is what I'm going to be looking for here. All right, let's see. So, pharmacovigilance specialist, good. You say the word. That's actually very, that's not, I'm not being joking. You actually want to say the word a lot. Pharmacovigilance specialist with 5 years industry and literature, abstract, index, case processing, with touch of management, proven ability, cross-functional teams. Cross-functional is probably going to one, truthfully. I didn't see it, but again, I may have missed it when I was searching for it. Recognize literature cases. Maybe that's it. Pharmacovigilance project. Okay, so here's the problem. You have a bad formatting already. That's kind of the issue. Is the most important thing about your resume is the bullet points. And I should not have to go all the way down here to get them. So I do see FDA, EMA, and MHR are good. Those are good. Those were keywords I was looking for. But I think what has happened is your formatting is probably off. So, conducted literature screening assignments, compliance with FDA. Okay, fine. Indexes covering pharmacovigilance. It's fine. Improved operational workflow, achieving the highest literature volume. Gained exposure to medical writing. Okay, so here's kind of the thing. I looked at about 5 to 6 of pharmacovigilance specialist positions. Okay, I looked at a couple of them. I don't know if I actually saw literature screening in any of them. Now, maybe I missed it, because again, I've never actually recruited for this type of position before. I've recruited for oligonucleotide scientists, but not pharmacovigilance. So, your formatting is off because you bolded, like, everything involved with literature. But I'm not looking for literature. I'm actually looking for... Here, I'm having trouble finding it. Here, this is why you should not bold your resume. Let this be a lesson to everybody. You will bold the wrong thing. Please stop bolding things in your resume. You're going to bold the wrong thing because I don't know if I care about this. I do care about this. And it's possible that they see this bold, then their eyes bounce around, and then they see this. So... yeah, this actually, I think, is guidelines is good, but then you didn't bold Argus. And I'm actually looking for Argus, not necessarily the... So the bullet points don't seem to be bad. I'm not an expert enough in pharmacovigilance. I just like saying that word now that I think I'm saying it right. I'm not enough of an expert in pharmacovigilance recruiting to understand all of this, but I do know enough about how people write job descriptions and that I don't think, let's see, do you have safety? Okay, you do have safety reports right there. But yeah, honestly, your entire resume would be better if you deleted this and all the bolding and put your education up at top. Your education should actually be up here. So yeah, all you literally have to do is delete this, stop with the bolding, and I think you're already going to get a lot more jobs. If you stop by the channel, maybe I can help you more if you redeem your skip the line resume ticket that people get by hanging out in my Twitch chat. But at the moment, the bullet points seem okay. Honestly, from what I could tell, again, I'm not an expert in this, but it does seem like you met the majority of what I'm looking for. It's just that you're bolding the wrong thing, so I'm going to be missing it. And the person reading your resume for the first time is not going to be a recruiter who's got 20 years of pharmacovigilance experience. Probably not. It's probably going to be Bob, the recruiter who just started 3 months ago, and has a bachelor's and has never done bio recruiting before, pharmacological recruiting. That could happen. And what's going to happen is if you get Bob, that recruiter, is they're going to look at this. They're going to see, okay, subject matter expert, team lead, monthly summary. When they're going to miss the fact that you did stuff for Argus, you've worked with the FDA, EMA, and other regulatories and done pharmacovigilance literature. So stop the bolding. This is probably the reason this is failing, is specifically a bolding issue. So that's about all I can do on this one, because again, I saw most of these keywords. It's just I have to really dig for them, and most recruiters do not have time to dig. Remember, a recruiter has, even a very good one, has about 15 to 30 seconds to look at your resume. That's all they have. 15 to 30 seconds. And what they're going to do is 5 years experience, literature cases, scientific background, team training, literature, safety reports, subject matter expert, team lead, monthly reports, systemic review, entomological protocols. And they're going to miss all the stuff they actually need. And then they're going to say declined. So you have a formatting issue, probably not a bullet point issue. And really just delete this and put the education up top. And this should be 3 max. Maybe you could do it in 2, but probably 3 max. So, but yeah, it's a formatting issue, and this is, I know you're smart. Obviously, you've got words in your resume I can barely pronounce, but the person reading your resume is not gonna understand that. They are not a subject matter expert in your field, and you cannot assume they are. So yeah, don't do it like that. Just delete this, fix the formatting, maybe tweak a little bit of the bullet points, but I think the bullet points might be okay. And you should be very well off to getting another position. So let's go to the next resume. We are reviewing a front-end developer. They say they have a 15-month gap on my resume. They got an internship as a reference, but there's not much room for growth. They want to work at another company, and they think they're overthinking their resume instead of applying. Okay. I mean, maybe you're overthinking it, truthfully. I mean, it's kind of thing like, even if you get rejected 100 times or more, you don't get a job by not applying. So what we're going to be looking for specifically as a front-end dev is JavaScript, React, Angular, JS, HTML, CSS, PHP, SQL, Scrum, Agile, RESTful, API, CEO, WordPress, Git, Docker, Jira, Vue, next. Try to do it in one breath. I couldn't. And a bonus is extra language, cloud, UI, UX, and SASS, not SAAS or SASS. I hate how there's like, I work in a bunch of different industries, and there's a lot of acronyms that are either very close but completely different or use the same one. So SASS is one. All right. Also, okay, so real quick thing, you do not dead LinkedIn. You do not need your full home address here. That's unnecessary. You really just need the city, state, and then so it's going to be if you're a US citizen or green card holder, put that, and then the city, state. I don't need to know that you live on 11111 X lane. I just need to know the city and the state. So, front-end developer with a passion for building scalable, high-performance web applications. Blah, 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 blah. This can be deleted. This is not needed. All right. Okay. Built intuitive and user-friendly interfaces using HTML, CSS3, ES3, JavaScript, Tailwind, CSS, and React.js. That's solid. Delivered I don't know if this is necessary. Maybe the people that are coders in chat can let me know, but I don't think this one is necessary. If it is necessary, I will say it should be one sentence. Each of your bullet points needs to be a singular sentence. It can be a long sentence, but it should be one sentence. Engineered a cross-browser compatible single page applications SPA. Perfect. If you have an acronym, this is how I want you to write it. This is very good. Scalable platform by optimizing UI components for better performance and ensuring alignment with company-wide engineering standards. Partner with developers, cross-functional. Okay. Wait, why do you... Okay. That's not bad. You overthought this gap. I want to be clear. People think gaps... are horrible. While they're not great, they're really lower on the scale of what can get you rejected. You should really start worrying if you get more than a 2-year gap. That can be an issue. But, like, yeah, it takes some time to get your first job. That's understandable. Okay. So, and then honors. Okay, yeah, your formatting's off, and you only have one good bullet point. So, here's what I believe happened. And I'm going to psychoanalyze you for a second, because I think this is actually what occurred for you. You panicked. You thought, oh no, they'll see that I've been out of work for 1.5 years between this job. So you tried to hide it by putting it lower. Then you put your honors and things here, and then you put your projects. But guess what? You actually made it worse. This is fine. This is not huge. You can just put graduated. In fact, you don't need to do 2019. You can just say June 2023. And this is mechanical engineering. Okay. But then you... This is the part I'm confused at. So I assume you got a mechanical engineering degree, and then you switched to a software engineer, which is fine. But then if that's the case, it should be at the very bottom. Yeah, so your biggest issue is this doesn't matter. This whole summary sentence doesn't matter. This is a fantastic bullet point, but it's it. That's all there is. Where's the SQL? Where's the Scrum? Where's the RESTful APIs? Where's the SEO? Where's the WordPress? Where's the Git? Where's the Docker? Where's the Jira? Where's the Vue? Where's the Next? Those are the kind of things I'm going to need. So, and I don't see that anywhere else. Is that you have one very good sentence, and I want to be clear, this is a good sentence, but I don't see anything else. And that's really going to be the issue. And if you did do mechanical engineering, it's fine. You don't need to put the GPA. You can just put it at the very bottom. And you're overthinking it. This gap is not a problem. A bigger issue is that I don't see SQL. I don't see RESTful APIs. I don't see SEO. I don't see WordPress. I don't see Git. I don't see Docker. I don't see Jira. I don't see Vue. I don't see Next. I don't see PHP. And you don't necessarily need all of these, to be clear, but you should have a majority of them. So that's my problem with this, is it only has HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Tailwind, CSS, and React.js. It doesn't have the rest of them, which again, this is good that you have. I just need the rest of it. So, and React, but you do have a lot of React. So, yeah, I don't know if this could move forward or not. And I'm trying to think. I don't think so because it doesn't have enough, but I think it's close. You really just need to add some better bullet points here, and I think you're going to have a lot more success. It's still a nightmare, but to search for a job for IT right now, but you just need more bullet points. In addition, your formatting is off. None of this should be bolded, and this should not be bolded. So yeah, fix the formatting, fix the bullet points, and you should get a higher response rate. Sorry, I'm still very tired right now. But you're on the right track because you do know how to write a good bullet point. But I just need more. I think that's my big thing, is I just need more. So that is it for this video. I'm still streaming, so I do these during my stream. So if you like this content, stop by. The link is below. Or if you want to submit your resume, the link is below as well. Please like, comment, and subscribe because that is very beneficial to me. And I will see you all next time because I'm here to help you all get a job. So, bye.